Greetings and welcome to The Void. I am Anexor, your no bullshit guide to spiritual and emotional enlightenment. Today we're going to be looking at my 3 secrets for mastering the law of attraction and manifesting your desire. So at some point in your journey, you're going to come across people talking about the law of attraction or manifesting or raising your vibration. Things like that, things of that nature. And so I see a lot of confusion among people that don't really get deep in the concepts, and they just kind of want what they want, and they just kind of look at it as another way to just kind of bypass and not really go deep and continue with kind of being immature. Which, you know, is fine if they want to do that, but there's a better, easier way to go about things. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys these 3 secrets today, because it's going to be a way that you're going to be able to get a lot deeper more quickly and kind of bypass a lot of these patterns that I've seen a lot of people go through. And, you know, I drove a semi-truck around the country for a year, and a big proliferator of the law of attraction, or the main one as far as I understand, is Abraham Hicks. A lot of people have come to understand the law of attraction through Abraham Hicks. Even the book and the movie The Secret comes from the teachings of Abraham, which they kind of removed some of that in later editions because they didn't want to be talking about vibration, which is ridiculous to me. But, you know, people are where they are consciously, so, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, while I was, you know, going around the country, I had a lot of free time, so I probably listened to, I don't know, 1,000 hours of Abraham Hicks, and I've kind of got a really good understanding of the types of questions that people ask, and, you know, they keep coming with like these recurring themes, and every single time Abraham is just like, well, we only have one answer. You know, the people are like, oh, I got this, you know, big question about this. Like, we only have one answer, because there's really only one answer, you know? And it's like weird for me to see people not getting it, you know? So hopefully with the 3 secrets or tips that I'm going to share with you guys today, I'll be able to kind of get past that and see through it so that you don't get stuck where a lot of other people have. So number 1 is find out what you really want. What do you really want? Really? Is it that car, or is it that mansion, or, you know, the house, or is that status, that reputation? Do you want a jacked, beautiful body, or all these things, right? It could be social or whatever, or, you know, physical or whatever. But it's like, what is it that you really want? Do you really want that long-term investment in something that's only gonna give you just a moment of satisfaction? So without beating around the bush too much, I'm just going to get right into it and just say that the only reason that you want to do, be, or have anything is because of how it's going to make you feel. And so if you keep asking the question, okay, I want this, well, why do I want that? If you keep asking that question, well, why do I want that? 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 You get down to the root desire of whatever it is that you truly want, and you see that there's an emotional basis, emotional motivation behind all desire. You really just want to feel good, and you think that by the doing, being, or having of that thing, that you're going to feel better than you do now. That's all there is to it. And so if you can find a way to alter your emotional state without the creating or manifesting or receiving or whatever it is of the thing that you think you want, and using that as an excuse to then allow yourself to feel good. If you just allow yourself to feel good now, you're already successful. You already have what you want. You already have what you really want. And it's free. You don't have to do any crazy gymnastics or climb mountains or do anything insane or extravagant or whatever, as long as you give yourself permission. And see, it's all psychological. It's all within you. So that'll bring me to number 2, which is basically understanding that the universe is a mirror. And so a lot of people think that once they get what they want, then they're going to feel good. Well, like I said in number 1, just learn how to feel good. Allow yourself to feel good now, without whatever it is occurring or coming to pass or whatever. And it will greatly increase and enhance the prospects of such things coming to pass or occurring, because that is how you create, that is how life is created for you. That is how you create your reality. That is how you do it. It's through your emotional framework. It's like a grid. It's like a multi-dimensional grid that the pieces of life align themselves to, kind of like the magnetic field lines, the way that the iron filings will line themselves up in those magnetic field lines, in this invisible force field. And so the magnet is wondering, why is the iron taking this shape around me? It's because of your magnetic polarity, right? It's because of your output. And so in the same way, we as cosmic beings, as beings of light, have an emotional framework that life kind of hangs on to or rests upon as a lattice. And without that shelf space, right, without that framework, everything will collapse. And so if you want things in your life to go away, or you want to shift things, you don't actually have to go out and do anything, really. You just find that emotional center. You just find the state of being that you really want, that you truly want. You conjure it up within yourself. You become what you want to have. You become what you want to be. You become what you're doing. You become that. You don't go out and expect it to come to you. You become it, and it will then reflect itself around you, to you. This is a powerful tip for relationships, by the way. I'll just put this in here. Is if you want to have a good relationship with other people, you want to have a good relationship with yourself first. That way you're not trying to get something from them. Rather, you're sharing what you already have with them. It's a powerful way to look at it for you guys. So the universe is a mirror. You create reality, and you have control over how you feel. You create your reality with your feelings, and your feelings are the only thing that you really want. So just let yourself feel good now. And literally everything will just be taken care of for you, because you've already sifted and sorted. You've already gone through the dualistic process, which I'll get into. Number 3 now is understanding duality, because a lot of people, when they get into this law of attraction thing, they come to an understanding of, vibrational states. I think I mentioned that before, and raising your vibration and being in alignment. This idea of getting into or out of alignment with your higher self or your source or your soul or spirit, whatever. And I think it's kind of funny, like, you're this eternal cosmic being with infinite intelligence, and yet somehow you just can't manage to stay in alignment. It's really silly. And what I believe is it's simply just a byproduct of duality, and duality being a necessary component of having awareness. knowledge, because you can't know anything without having not known it. Everything is relative in this experience. So for you to be aware that you're doing it, you have to have kind of a difference. There has to be a contrast there. And so people want to feel good all the time, but that's the same as having the entire universe be white. I was at Grounding Man, and Elliot Hulse shared something that Alan Watts said, and I like Alan Watts as well. And Alan Watts was like, people want the whole universe to be all white, and it's a far out game. I love that phrase. It's a far out game, because you want it all white. Well, without what isn't, you can't comprehend or know what is. If there was no texture, if there was no difference between sharp things, pointy things, rounded things, smooth things, soft things, silky things, if there weren't different colors, different shades, different brightness levels, you actually wouldn't be able to see, perceive, or know anything. You wouldn't know that you're moving relative to anything. You wouldn't even have the sensation of movement. And so the very emotion, right? Emotion, energy in motion. There's emotion associated with things flowing from one state of being to another. And these two states of being have to be different in their intensity and magnitude and structure and all the different fine elements that can make up, a snapshot of reality at any moment in time, right? So it's just coming to understand that you actually are always in perfect, absolute perfect alignment, and that from that state of perfect alignment, your inner being or your soul or that higher aspect of self will actually deliberately, intentionally shift and create a variance, that frequency flowing in and out of the awareness of being in or out of alignment, or feeling good or feeling bad about things, or being up or being down, because that is how you get the ability to feel either at all. So, you want it on, you got to break some eggs, basically. Like, if you want to be incarnated in physical reality and be able to experience and know yourself, well, there's a few things that come with that. And without them, you wouldn't be able to have ground beneath your feet to walk upon. So hopefully you guys have a deeper understanding of the law of attraction, and you won't be going around trying to manifest particular specific things as much anymore in the beginning. Just be general about it, as far back as you can into your emotions. Create that emotional framework that's going to resonate out from your being, and that's going to kind of shift you like that vibrating piece of sand on a plate, and it's going to just take you exactly where you want to be within the architecture of all of reality. And you're going to be able to find that fine-tuned frequency, that zone that you want to be in, but you won't be able to understand or appreciate that zone without being in the state that you may be in now, where you don't understand or don't appreciate. See, it's the lack of awareness that gives rise for the it's the lack of awareness that gives the contrast or the perspective and the ability for you to know the time when you are aware, when you do know, when you do understand, when things are going well. So hopefully you're at a deeper state of understanding and awareness now. Stay blessed, guys.